Thank you, Mr. Speaker and members. The hypocrisy in this room is...
Excuse me, Mr. Gallagher, do not impugn the motives of members.
I'm not talking about any member. I'm just saying the hypocrisy is thick in this room right now. Because even the example that you guys are using belies your hypocrisy. Tennessee. You did do exactly what they did in Tennessee. You did take people off of committees. You did chastise Mr. Asaley for banging on his desk when he was being deprived of his ability to make an argument in this body. And yet you're celebrating the guy who brought a megaphone onto the floor in Tennessee to disrupt the proceedings because he felt like his voice was not being heard. You did every bit of the same thing that Tennessee is doing. And now you come here and you chastise and you come and lecture us.
Excuse me, Mr. Gallagher. I'm going to say for a second time, do not impugn the motives of your colleagues. If I have to say it again, we're going to move on.
I will refrain from doing that, Mr. Speaker. I hope that's evenly applied because I heard a lot of things here impugning the motives of people on my side of the aisle as well. And I hope that will be evenly applied in this debate. And I sympathize with a lot of the passionate debates on this floor right now because I made them myself when we were talking about Prop 50, about how you're diluting rural votes and the votes of my community members and people that I represent with Prop 50. The member from the East Bay talked about crazy, insane lines. How about Modoc to Marin? Does that sound like a crazy, insane line? You drew it. And you push that through. And it's incumbent upon me a lot of times to just speak the truth on this floor and break through the BS that we too often hear here. Let's talk about Tennessee. You used the example. If this was really about race, if this was really about making sure that black people are represented, the only majority black district in Tennessee that you guys are decrying is represented by a white guy. But he's a Democrat, so it's okay. Because that's what this is really about. The author himself represents a majority white district, which belies the argument. Belies the argument.
Excuse me, Mr. Gallagher. Assembly Member Bryan, you are recognized.
That's just literally not true about the makeup of my district. There's a difference between majority and plurality the plurality isn't even white.
Okay,
excuse me, Mr. Gallagher. Mr. Bryan, your point is not well taken. Members and Mr. Gallagher, please stay to the merits of this resolution. I think that's the underlying concern that's being conveyed here. Let's stay to the merits of the written resolution.
It's been about party. All this is about making sure that either more Democrats get elected or more Republicans get elected. And all the other stuff is just subterfuge, and it needs to stop. And what the Supreme Court really said is not that the Voting Rights Act isn't important legislation. It is. And it has been supported in a bipartisan way. It just simply said that Voting Rights Act doesn't require you to draw districts based on race. And let me try to chart a better path forward for all of us. Let's start drawing districts based on place instead of race. Let's start drawing districts based on people instead of party, because that's what this has really all been about. And the last time the gentleman from Tennessee was here, I talked about this. Supermajorities are a really bad thing for democracy. Because when one party has all the power, they use it to shut down the minority party and not let them speak. They do things like drawing lines that are crazy that you guys just did, instead of making sure that all places, and if we actually drew our districts just based on communities of interest, that's the principle. If we just drew them based on communities of interest alone, that would protect minority communities. That would protect rural communities. But instead, across this nation, and let's talk about where the redistricting battle really started. The entire Northeast run by Democrats, was redistricted so that 0 Republicans are represented in Congress.
30
That's
seconds.
when it started. And then Texas did their redistricting. But even after Texas's redistricting, 17% are represented by Democrats. That's actually better than it is currently here in California for Republicans. And under Prop 50, you're taking us down to 4%. In the Northeast, it's 0. So who's the one that's drawing these districts so unequally and trying to deprive people of their voices and their rights? It sure as heck is not us. The leading candidate on the Republican Party side that's going to represent Memphis is black.
Thank you, Assemblymember Gallagher.
People,
thank you.